Good morning, Guardians. Briar Rabbit here. Today I want to talk about Destiny 2. I'd like to do somewhat of a mental experiment. I'd like to discuss basically a Destiny 2 wishlist. Some features or changes that I would like to see added or removed or changed about Destiny for Destiny 2. Now, we're not real sure when Destiny 2 is coming out. A lot of us think it's coming out in September of 2017. It's definitely coming out in 2017. All indications seem to support that theory, and Bungie games normally come out in September, so, you know, it's pretty fair to expect it's going to come out in September of 2017. So there's a long way still till Destiny 2 is released. I'm sure that Bungie is very hard at work on it. And I think it's a good time to sort of talk about what we as a community would like to see in Destiny 2. Today, I'm going to mainly focus on PvE. In the future, I will be doing a similar sort of video for PvP features, mainly about the Crucible. But today, it's going to be all about PvE. And my long-term goal for Destiny, and at least what I'd like to see for Destiny 2, is to see the PvE side of things gain replayability, to gain a longer-term engagement with its player base. I think it had it in year one. Now, year one was a very different thing from year two and year three. In year one, we were always looking forward to the next DLC. Felt like there was a lot more end-game content. There was a lot more grinding. There were a lot more reasons to play Destiny, and I'd like to see some of those come back in Destiny 2. But my number one thing on my list is, without a doubt, a story. I'd love to see a great story with Destiny 2, and no more of that I don't have time to explain bullshit. That was really disappointing about Destiny 1, at least vanilla Destiny. I think it's been improved somewhat in the DLCs, especially in the Taken King and in Rise of Iron. But I really want to see some engaging stories that start to explain the mysteries of specifically the Traveler, the Stranger, the Darkness, and more. I don't need everything to be all wrapped up in a nice tidy package. I understand that we expect to see much more Destiny over the next 10 years or so. So to fully explain who the Traveler is, what the Darkness is, all of these things would be, you know, to kind of make it a short-term story. But I would definitely like to see more explanation on what these forces are. I'd like to see more about the Stranger. What is the Stranger? What is the Traveler? What is the Darkness? Who are the Ahamkara? Give us an Ahamkara storyline in Destiny 2. The Ahamkara are one of the most mysterious things about Destiny, and I'd love to see some of that brought into the main game instead of just being in the Grimoire. I'd also like to see some NPC companions in the story missions. Not just voices on a radio, but real companions. Let me fight alongside of Cade 6 or Zavala or Osiris. I think that'd be a ton of fun and further develop those characters. I'd like to see a bigger emphasis on patrol areas. I'd like to see NPCs, world monsters, random events, 6-man fire teams, outposts with vendors, zones with max light enemies. I'd like the patrol areas of Destiny 2 to be much bigger than they were in Destiny, but also filled with a lot more stuff. I want stuff to do. I want quests that are in those patrol zones, and I want places to go visit, and I want danger. I don't want an entire patrol zone to basically be easy mode once I level up to max light. I'd like there to still be some danger. I'd like there to still be some monsters out there that I'm not sure I can beat, even with a fire team. I'd love to see more strikes with more variety. I'd like to see a ton of strikes with diversity in bosses, layouts, and objectives. Imagine loading in with your fire team. Your mission is to capture and interrogate a Cabal commander. You start by infiltrating the commander's base silently. Kill Cabal enemies before they can raise an alarm. Use melees, silenced weapons, and swords to kill them silently so you don't alert the others. Find the commander who raises the alarm upon seeing you. Now you must subdue him before reinforcements arrive. Take him down, load him into the back of a Cabal tank, and then shoot your way out. There's tons of different things they could do to strikes, and I'd love to see them really expand upon what they've already brought to Destiny. I'd also like to see them bring back Year 1 Nightfalls. With one wipe and you go back to orbit. They were tough as nails slaughterhouses that handed out great rewards, and they really added to the endgame content of vanilla Destiny, and I'm sorry to see that they're gone. In fact, I'd love to see a lot more endgame content. Give us a reason to keep playing after we reach max light. Extra story and nightfalls, quests with heroic difficulty modifiers, the sort of thing that will keep us playing PvE after we beat the raid. Give us the tools to create it too. Allow players to create story missions, quests, and strikes by giving us a Forge type mode. Give us the tools to add waypoints and enemies and bosses. It would increase the replayability of PvE almost endlessly, because players would constantly be creating new experiences within Destiny. It would be outstanding. Give us new weapon types and new ways to modify them. I'd love to see weapon parts become actual weapon parts. Find a great auto rifle, awesome. Now, go find a stock to improve stability, a silencer to increase its stealth, maybe a red dot sight. Give us the tools to upgrade weapons the way we want, not based on RNG selected sets of perks, and show us our modifications on the weapon in-game. I think this would go a long way into feeling like a weapon is actually yours. If you found that base awesome weapon, that legendary weapon that you really have been looking for, and then you upgraded it with weapon parts like stocks and sights and barrel upgrades that you actually found in-game, you could customize the look of your weapon in-game, you could customize the feel of your weapon in-game, and it would feel like a much more personal experience. If I actually had to go out and find the barrel upgrade that I wanted for my shotgun, or the scope I wanted for my sniper rifle, if I actually had to customize these things based on activities I did, maybe there was one mission that was particularly hard but gave you an awesome stock for scout rifles. Like, it would be a story on how I built this weapon. Not only where did I find the base weapon itself, or how did I get that base weapon, but how did I create what it became later. The weapon would be upgraded as I completed more and more of the game. I think that'd be a really fun and engaging way of customizing your weapons, and much better than just kind of randomly selecting perks that then I go fill in a bubble to kind of make the weapon that hopefully is best suited for me based on RNG. I really do think that'd be an awesome way to customize weapons in Destiny. I'd also like to see those weapons created with balance in mind. In PvE and in PvP, figure out what the use case for a weapon should be and make sure it's good at doing that thing. Destiny has hundreds of weapons, but so few of them are actually getting used. Fix that. Make all weapon types good at what they do so that the player gets to select which he uses based on preference, not meta. Make sure that low rate of fire auto rifles are good for something. Make sure that high rate of auto rifles are good for something. Make sure that fusion rifles and sidearms have a purpose. If we get brand new weapons for Destiny 2, make sure that they are usable. Make sure they have a purpose. It's okay to have some overlap here. It's okay if a high rate of fire auto rifle and a hand cannon are usable in the same situations, but make sure that everything is usable. Not a situation where fusion rifles just aren't any good for anything, or low rate of fire auto rifles just they're outclassed totally by scout rifles. Don't allow that to happen, because it just makes for a wasteful situation where all these awesome weapons that you created nobody wants, nobody uses, nobody plays with. So those are my suggestions for Destiny 2, and there are more, but these were the big ones. These are the ones that really kind of I would love to see addressed in Destiny 2. I know that you guys are going to have plenty more, so I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Now remember, this is for PvE only. I will be doing another video like this for PvP, so look forward to that in the future. But definitely let me know what you guys think about Destiny 2 and what you'd like to see changed. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.